Hey guys, this is Arsenal Giants PS3 and welcome to episode 3 of our Liverpool Superliga, and we really are getting to the business end of August towards the transfer deadline day and all that kind of glorious stuff. And in this episode we are playing 2 matches and 2 pretty eventful matches as well. Well, eventful in certain ways anyway. First off though, I just want to apologise if I sound really weird. I've got a terrible cold, so if I sound especially nasally, then I can only apologise. But yeah, we've got some pretty intriguing matches. But first off, we start off with some paperwork, if you will, and after this clip subsides, we will see that I went in for Bender, Sven Bender from Dortmund, one of them very important young players, 23, 81. I thought he was just too young and good to really kind of miss up the opportunity of getting him. So we offer 7.2 million and Ungo. I'm not gonna lie, I've never heard of Ungo. To see if we can tempt them. I'm not really gonna pay anything more than that. We're already paying a bit over his value, and I want someone classy, and unfortunately they do just reject the offer, so he goes off my list. He goes out the window. I thought a couple of people said Bender in the comments. I don't know if they're referring to me or the player, so I just decide enough's enough and I really can't be asked to go in for him, so we're just going to leave that one and see if we can invest our money somewhere else a bit better. And I find this man Xabi Alonso on the list, and it's a long shot. We've only got 9 million to spend, so we'll have to tempt Real Madrid with one of our players, and even then, it's going to be an uphill battle to afford his wages. So it was going to be fucking hard, whatever happens. But I thought, if there's an opportunity, if we can get him for a little bit cheaper, if we can get a good deal, because what I've found most notably about in my own career modes on this game is that clubs are willing to do deals. When you're offering a player as well, they're not too bothered about the value. You can work a deal out. So first off, we offered Joe Cole, see if he wants to go live in Madrid and play for Madrid. And 9 million. I mean, it's a lot of money for a 30-year-old, so I was cautious, but he is a very good player. But first and foremost, we're going to go off to the northeast, I think it is, of France, Oran, or Rennes, or Rennes, or however the hell they pronounce it. I can't say I'm a genius on pronunciation. They've got a couple of good players, though. Kembo Okoko, I think so you say his name. Erdnik, the Tunisian maybe, or Turkish striker, and Pretoipa, from Burkina Faso with 94 pace, I think he has. They've clearly sold Mvia to someone, I can't quite remember, I think it might be Man City or someone. And my team is going to be starting off with the wings, really. Asaidi and Sterling are going to play a big part. But we start off this game pretty well. Comes out here to Steven Gerrard in the 5th minute, and it's one of those pile drivers that sometimes goes in, sometimes don't. He kind of drags it a little bit there, just going a little bit too wide. He had the keeper pretty much beaten though. But Gerrard was the main player in this game. Defoe doing a nice little bit of opening up play here, saw the chance and I just went for the shot, and again it failed. And again we're going at them, 28th minute here, and look at this from Steven Gerrard, some dodgy defending and then the sublime overhead kick attempt, but again it was a good save. And as you can see, it was a very tough game. It was very much in the midfield, and we just couldn't take our chances, and we didn't really have any clear-cut opportunities in the box. So I went for a 4-3-3 with a false number 9. Barini comes on, and Sahin, who we haven't seen much of, and it really does open the game up here. Suarez, nice bit of play, and a good save from the keeper. The keeper was very erratic, I found. And Defoe again in this false number 9 role, finding Luis Suarez, and he just can't quite finish on this. It was frustrating, but I mean, again, nice work here from Defoe, this time playing in Barini. They are all over Barini, and it's a good save. But the referee, he saw something illegal in those challenges. I can't say I did, to be quite frankly honest. They look fair enough to me, but I mean, something went wrong here. We can see in the replay, he's just got his arm on his shoulder, and we're just going to beat him down there. But it was a dodgy one. Pretoipa comes on just before the penalty, maybe to unnerve us, I don't know. But there's only one man who's going to take this, and the man who has been man of the match so far. And he dispatches this coolly as ever. We're just going to wait our time. The goalkeeper's not sure, and straight down the right hand side, a lovely penalty from Steven Gerrard. He's got the stats, which mean, even if you get that slightly off target, then they're going to go in anyway, really. And a pretty cool celebration there, his signature celebration almost. And yeah, it was a good. I think we deserved it in the end. I mean, we were putting on a lot of pressure on Rennes, and they just didn't quite live up to it, really. Couldn't quite hold it off. And again here, it really opens up after we score. I think they went for 3 at the back. Luis Suarez just annihilates one, cuts inside here and then finds Defoe, and then an awful first touch from the centre-back there. I mean, a touch you'd expect from a centre-back, but that just kind of proves that even though we're playing on world class, the centre-backs and the defenders are still prone of that. CPU defenders and centre-backs are still prone to having terrible first touches. Don't expect, if you've already got the game or if you're getting the game, that the CPU are going to make perfect first touches every time, because that is a perfect example of when they don't. A good finish from Defoe, but you know, it was a bit of a bullshit goal from their point of view. But then I do the stupid. I have a free kick here with Skirtle, fuck it up completely. Shambles all over the place, and Macoun scores a pretty decent poacher's header there. It's one of those things that I do online and offline, where I just will try to take it short, keep possession, and just fail. A dodgy right arm from Jose Reina, but I mean, in the end, it didn't mean much at all. The last couple of minutes passed without incident, and in the end, it was a strong win. It should have been 2-0, really. We shouldn't really have conceded, but you know, going away to again quite a strong team was good to get that result. But I mean, unfortunately, we're looking for this midfielder, and Xabi Alonso just. Real Madrid aren't interested in Cole whatsoever, so we have to think of another player we can tempt them with, and Jordan Henderson fits that bill. He's quite young, so they must have some kind of intention. That's quite interesting, though. The club actually have to think about using him. They're not just looking for the value, and so we send that offer off overnight, and in the meantime we are flying off to the southeast of Australia to play Melbourne Victory in the Johnston St Paints Trophy. And as you can see, that's a very weak team I'm playing. The main players in there really are Sahin and Barini. Barini's pretty young, and both players. Sahin's not exactly old, and maybe Charlie Adam. But this is as weak a squad as I could possibly get. I've got a couple of good players on the bench, but I wasn't going to go out and play a massive team in this, because again, like the Capital One Cup, the Johnston St Paints Trophy is not something I want to be stressing over. But I kind of used the game to try and get Barini's first goal, still yet to score, and Pacheco plays a lovely ball over the top, and Barini's first touch is actually quite decent, but his shot is just letting him down. And here's another chance here, gets on the inside, good left foot, but you know, nothing challenging the keeper. Joe Allen tries to put one in, and John Joe Shelby with the emphatic volley, well safe. I mean, this was actually a very, very tough game. Melbourne Victory played so bloody deep, I couldn't believe it. We bring on Sterling and Downing here to try and change it for Pacheco and Suso. Fernandez, I think his name is. But this is just proof of how deep they played, especially in the second half. Some nice play here. Sterling tries to play over the top, and they're just there. Sitting deep, well defended. There were no real chances, and we go in at 0-0. And I'm not going to lie, I was pretty pissed off. I really do struggle when teams sit deep against me, so we bring on Luis Suarez to see if he's got the skill to take it on. And it's actually a very, very nothing-y substitution, really. Here's Downing, finds only a defender in his way, and Allen hits it wide. And that's pretty much the only highlight of those two extra time halves. An atrocious game of football, to be quite frankly honest, and not one I would watch. So we go on to penalties here, and I'm doing the crazy legs, and they score their first one. Pretty decent penalty there, really. But I do find Crazy Legs actually does something on here. We step up with Suarez, take it quickly, and just right into the bottom right-hand side corner. Pretty average penalty there from Suarez, as you'd expect. You know, he's going to be able to score them, really, if you just get it in the right place. Thompson here goes down the middle. Keeper's looking a bit crazy. Peter Galassi, I think his name is, from Hungary. Downing with an actual very, very good penalty there. I thought I'd overdone it with the power, but he finds the corner perfectly. And then Rojas here, who's, I don't know how he is on this year's Ultimate Team, very good on last year's Ultimate Team. His shot is saved. It's not the strongest save I've ever seen from Galassi, but pretty decent. Raheem Sterling, I was quite anxious about this one. He's never going to have perfect penalty stats, but we get it in the green, and it's actually a pretty decent penalty. If the goalkeeper had gone the right way, it would have been easily saved, but, you know, not bad for him. Now we have Guilherme, I don't know if he's Brazilian, quite Brazilian name, and look at that save from Galassi. Fine save, not even fingertips, he really does beat that away. And John Joe Shelby has the chance to win us the game. I was pretty pissed off as well, actually. We're going to have to play it again, and we go for the Pirlo. John Joe with a Pirlo there, which is, in retrospect, pretty ridiculous. But I'm just going to give all the young players a game. I'm not going to take this competition seriously, and I'll just see if we can get some boosts on their levels, really, when it comes to these games. I will play them, but Oh, it's quite a nice penalty. It's quite a nice angle from Jonjo there, but it's not going to be the highest thing on my list of priorities. And we do actually get an accepted deal for Xabi Alonso, so we just need to get his wages sorted out. And I'm not going to pay him 100 grand a year purely because he's 30. We're not in a point in the league in which we need him, and I do offer the 100 grand in the end by switching up my things, but he actually declines it because he doesn't want to move down. So we're stuck with a dilemma. We've got 9 million to spend and maybe some players to do a deal, and we need a solid player. And that's where you guys come in, really. Please write a comment in the section below. I'm open to try anyone because we need a player who's going to take us up the first two leagues. In retrospect, going in for Xabi Alonso wasn't the greatest idea purely because he's quite old and we don't really need a superb midfielder at the moment. That's more kind of Premier League, Champions League kind of place. So give us a player, preferably under 25, who can take us to the top leagues. And thanks guys for watching. Sorry if this commentary's been a bit terrible. As I said, not feeling at my best.